What's going on? Welcome to Totally Blitz Podcast. We're here in the UFC Apex Fight Night, Tuivasa versus Tybura this weekend. We got the picks. So as always, go down and like and subscribe. Comment your picks, your bets, all that. I'm one half or one third of the show today. Paul,
Hey,
pick 'em, win 'em, Contra, and I'm joined with.
Hey man, you already know it's Kev. No water, boy Savoy, because it's Ramadan and I'm locked in with my Muslim brothers. Ugh, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all, this shit is not for the weak.
yo, what's good? It's your boy comedian Romeo Mac back here again. Here to talk some fights and stuff with the fellas.
Fights with the fellas. That could
Welcome
be a
back.
t-shirt. Fights with the fellas.
Let me put that in my computer. Fellas. I'll have the artwork next week.
Working on the art.
He finna have one of those signs. You know how you're an official podcast when you get a neon sign with your podcast name on the back. You don't have one that says
Right.
Yeah,
Fights with the fellas.
like neon lights on.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it.
Comedian Romeo Matt kind of long as fuck, bro. That's gonna be, you gotta light up the whole room.
Oh, no. I would just put like
Lawrence Villain. The Lawrence Villain podcast.
what would I put?
Fight IQ.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know what I would put.
Fight
Yeah.
IQ would be kind of cool, not gonna lie, because that's more broad. Like you can have that up during the fights. You can have that up for other shit.
Right.
Fight IQ.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just put
And
rag.
that for when the bitches come over.
I'll figure it out. But
You
when
could
I
just
get
put-
it, I'm be like, hey guys, look, I got it.
Nah, you could just put ragu like that sauce in the background.
Ragu.
Yeah, just put that ragu.
Oh, he going ham.
Or them Takis. What that is? Chex
That
Mix
talkie,
right
I would say they look like that.
Yeah, that nigga done went to Sam's.
Nah, I gotta I gotta keep the snacks out here so my daughter, she don't get to them. So yeah, those her snacks and shit. I don't fucking eat candy.
That's a big ass ragu bottle. That shit don't even look like it fit in the microwave.
Yeah, man. That's it's a big pot of spaghetti we got going on.
Yeah.
What else I got back here?
Hey, fun fact. Comedian Romeo Mack can cook like a motherfucker. I went grocery shopping with this nigga and I was like,
oh damn, that boy got the whole mini fridge.
This nigga can cook like a motherfucker. I went grocery shopping with bro, and this nigga got nothing but because he made everything from scratch. And I was like, he's doing it. I was like, how?
Yes, sir. I'm a little too far from the kitchen. Otherwise, I go.
That's a little fucked up. Like it's Ramadan right now.
Oh,
the sun don't set for another.
Let me close that.
Another 20 minutes. The way this shit looking.
All right, y'all boys. It is Ramadan this weekend. We also got some fights this weekend. We got UFC Fight Night Tybura versus Tuivasa. Kind of crazy. Tuivasa went from me and Kevin kind of making jokes like the fall of Tuivasa because he went from headlining cards, everyone the shoey in front of your face, like the main screen. UFC is pushing the fuck out of this big old boy, and here we are now at a pick'em -110 against Marcin Tybura on a Fight Night Apex card that no one, if you missed it, you're probably not going to be too upset about.
Right.
See, here's my thing, right? I actually like Tybura. I've actually seen a few of his fights. And if I remember you, I think you're pretty steady. But the fall to Tuivasa is so crazy because like my introduction to him was like, oh yo, we finna stand and bang, and then he knocks out Derek Lewis. So I'm thinking like, oh, Jit is a killer, runs into Cyril Gane, and it's just down after that. And you're just looking like, what the fuck happened? Like this, you learn that this stand and bang shit does not actually work for real.
Yeah, I think it's he was comfortable because you gotta remember when he came up, he wasn't fighting the highest level. And he's a pretty big guy and he was fun. So I think they were kind of giving him favorable fights. Even the Derek Lewis fight, I think it was favorable because they thought Derek Lewis was, on the downside. So
Derek Lewis was having a terrible 2022. So it didn't look like he was too hot.
But then he ran into Cyril Gane. That guy is fresh. He ain't having that fucking pussying around shit.
Way too fast too. Like speed, that speed difference was kind of fucked up.
Matter of fact, he wasn't playing with Tai so bad. Tai Tuivasa, he brought the man out of Cyril Gane because I thought Cyril Gane was a little Cyril gay before that fight, but he got tough.
He got
tough. Yeah, he got tough in that fight. He was like, "Yo, I'm fighting a man. I gotta beat this man down."
Up.
Yeah.
And then he ran into Pavlovich. who just fucking.
Oh my gosh, that
He
was
was
crazy.
just a wrecking one-man wrecking crew for the longest.
He was a decimator in that division. So long.
And then Volkov submitted him, which wasn't a good look because like Volkov didn't get a submission since like Obama administration.
And then Volkov, he's it's crazy. He's tough and he's experienced. So
they say he ain't got a fucking submission since the Zuffa era.
Yeah, it's been a minute, bro. I think the PS4 had just dropped in the streets when he got his last submission. Wow, yeah, but I mean, he's a -1. I will say go out there. I like Tybura in this fight. -105, slight underdog, but Tybura has good wrestling. He's taken down people of higher, like wrestling credentials and a more better takedown defense than what Tybura got. And Tuivasa's last few fights have been against guys that kind of like Volkov, striker, but submitted him on the ground. Sergey Pavlovich, like these two guys are just gonna stand until Pavlovich knocks him out, and Cyril Gane just gonna stand and bang, like they're gonna put on a show for the crowd. Tybura don't give a fuck about putting on a show for the Apex crowd. Like he's just gonna wrestle, and it's gonna be, I think, so he's gonna get this dub.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a ground and pound or a submission by Tybura.
If I was to go out there, that would be my double bet: either Tybura by submission, Tybura by decision. Like just. I could also see him getting the Tuivasa kind of big, so he could tire out in the fourth.
Yeah, exactly. Now he's gonna tire out in the first.
Big boy.
He's not that experienced. His fights don't last long. He ain't got experience like that. This guy has experience.
Tybura kind of looked like Peter Yan, bigger, muscle little brother. Like I don't know. When I see Tybura, it kind of give you like Peter Yan vibes.
His big ass cousin.
Not for real. Kev, you rocking with Ty, or you understand what wrestling? I mean, you're a wrestler yourself. You going with the guy who probably gonna take him down?
I mean, I'm gonna take. I would love to take Tai Tuivasa. I would love for this fight to end in like a crazy first round knockout. That'd be so nice. But if I was a betting man, I'm taking my dog Tybura because I think he's just gonna slow it down, and then anytime it gets tough, just take it to the mat. I don't think Ty has like crazy takedown defense like that, but we'll see. This could be till Tai Tuivasa comeback. Like Jit and Loki bring the Shuri back 2024. So I'm not gonna count Jit out, but I am taking Tybura.
Then we had a co-main event, which I thought was probably a little bit more exciting than the main event itself. But Bryan Battle, tough semifinalist, kind of been on a tear throughout 2022, 2023.
He was the tough winner.
He won. So he won it.
He won.
I thought he won tough, but Kev said Kevin told me he won.
No, he won. He beat the guy that was the replacement for Tresean Gore, and then when Tresean Gore got healthy, they fought and he beat him too.
Yeah, he beat Tresean. I remember the Tresean Gore fight. That makes sense. Okay, so he was the tough one. But my whole thing was this is tough versus Contender Series. You have former Contender Series fighter Ange Luce. Back in 2021, debuted on the Contender Series. He lost to JDM, who went on to be who he is. We'll talk.
We know who JDM is.
Yeah, check the recap if y'all want to know more about JDM. But then he goes to some regional circuit again, comes back, loses his next debut at the UFC, but then since then won his next two. So, I mean, it's a pick-em between Lusa versus Bryan Battle. You got Lusa, who's, I mean, he's swole. You ever see? He's shorter, stockier, swole. He's a fucking unit. Good wrestling. Once he's on top, got good top game. Bryan Battle,
like a little Tyron Woodley.
Yeah, exactly, like a Tyron Woodley type of dude. He kind of look like he's just His picture, he's big.
He is. And then what sucks about Bryan Battle, he shrinks himself to 170. Remember, Tough was at 185.
Yeah, he's lean.
Really?
Yeah, he
shrinks himself to 170. His fight at 170, he looked mad depleted.
He could definitely, he makes the weight, but I mean, it's a harder weight cut, so it's not like he's taking short notice fights for welterweight anytime soon. It's a big. How y'all feel?
Let me see.
So a slight favorite. It's not really pick 'em. Mine is 185 Battle.
I'm going Battle submission. I think Battle feels like his subs. He's gonna get his subs because the other guy, Well, how tall is Battle? 6'1". The other guy's 5'10". I'm sure Battle's got what? He's got what, 6 inches on him on reach. He's gonna be kicking. He's gonna keep him at bay, and the guy's gonna be like, "Fuck it, we gotta take him down." And when you're longer, it's easier to do submissions. And he's gonna submit that big ass nigga.
Yeah, if you're going for Lusa, you're going for, once again, you got your wrestling based guy, or you got yourself Brian Battle, a little mixed martial artist.
Nah, you know I got my dog Brian Battle. I'm trying to find a fight where he finished that bitch in like 14. There he goes against
Abe Green, UFC Charlotte.
Yeah. I'm definitely got Brian Battle. Ever since then, I've been a believer in bro.
That's when he debuted his blonde hair, and he's from Charlotte, North Carolina, so he did that shit in front of his home crowd.
I liked him. I liked him ever since he was on Tough and he beat Andre Petrowski. I love that shit.
Because that was the semifinal one, right?
Because I can see that they were trying to push Petrowski. They were trying to push him. They wanted him to win that show. And then that nigga cheated, talking about he did this, and they ran the replay, and they was like, nah. And then Brian Battle was like, yo, you're a cheater. And the guy just started laughing. I was like, yo, fuck that dude. And he choked the shit out of him. And I was like, yeah, that's what you get for fucking cheating, bitch. Yeah.
I'm with Brian Battle. Fuck with the long hair. He's I thought he was a dope ass. I think he had that crazy head kick KO on it, like his out the debut in the UFC outside of the Tough and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since then, I was a fan of him. And he made that. Well, he has that one loss, but outside of that, he's looked like he's gotten better every single fight. Gabe Green was a crazy knockout in front of his home city. It does everything about Battle, and I fuck with how Tough is dead. But this guy is gonna go on. I hope he continues like slaying these contender series fighters, because they'll be like, this guy's a tough guy slaying the contender series. Like there's every
and he hasn't been finished since his second fight either.
Yeah. So yeah, give me Brian Battle. My parlay looking like a Tybura Battle parlay together. I think that might be my play for the weekend.
So, but I just checked ESPN. Did he come into the Tough with no like professional MMA fights? Because his first fight is Trayshawn Gore. So
No. By the time he got in, he was
he started in 2019 on like the Fight For It promotion.
Okay. But I'm about to say, I don't see nothing out of Trayshawn.
And his one loss is to Renat Fakhretdinov, who's a great wrestler. He's just one of like an American top team Russian wrestling style guy.
Yeah. And he couldn't get finished.
So. Yeah. So, I mean, it wasn't a bad loss at all. I mean, this is the same guy that submitted Kevin Lee in his fucking debut in 50 seconds. Not debut, but his first fight back in the UFC. So, like, yeah, Brian Battle, his one loss is against a high-caliber opponent. All right.
Hopefully he has his weight under control.
I was like, outside of that, though, I mean, this card isn't too crazy. You got OSP on this card, but he's a +5 underdog taking on – oh, yeah, I forgot.
KK, get your boy.
Yeah, real
Kennedy got you, boy. Kennedy gonna clean that up this weekend.
Real shit. OSP.
C-Rod, who was the guy who gave Raul Rosas his first loss in Miami. I was all over the prospect. He was that dude. Now he's a +165 underdog taking on Isaac Dorgarian. Dope ass last name. Undefeated. And it should be a good fight. The only thing that sucks about, I would say we could talk this fight, but there's a 90% chance this fight gets canceled because for whatever reason, C-Rod never comes in on weight. And it's not just like missing weight by a pound. He comes in like 5 pounds overweight. So
not even close.
Yeah, not even remotely close. So, like, unfortunately, we can't talk that. Other than that, Brian Barberena, Gerard Meerschaert got the two UFC vets that's going at it. Submission specialist and someone who gets drunk and just throws them crazy.
Gerald Meerschaert, easy. Man, Brian Barber, and his last win was against Robbie Lawler, and he barely won. He just got it. Come on now. And then his last 2 out of 3 losses were by submission, and you want to go in there, please. Gerald Meerschaert could submit him. Gerald Meerschaert only looked bad against Hamzat, really. I mean, he's not that bad. Joe
Pyfer knocked his ass out in the first round. That shit was pretty bad.
But not like Hamzat. Hamzat did it in 1 punch.
Yeah, Hamzat really did. It was a basic.
That nigga said, I'm 1 punch, man.
No, I should be good. I mean, like I said, this card is one of those cards. You're not going to be upset if you miss it. But it should be one of those cards where it kind of brings a little bit more heat than anyone really expects. we got to get up out of here. We appreciate y'all's time. As always, go down and like and subscribe. Go follow comedian Romeo Mack on all platforms. Check him out on YouTube as well. He brings more than does UFC. He also got his he be playing. What's that boxing game?
Oh man, fight night champions.
Y'all fight night. I got fight night champions, bro. We might have to set something up on that.
Bro, this nigga Romeo flushed some nigga. This nigga, I don't know. His nigga name was like Fish something, right?
Yeah.
So Jit is waxing Romeo the first 2 rounds. I'm talking about cooking this nigga Romeo. And the next thing you know, Romeo's like, I don't know if he like sat up in his chair or something. He just starts dropping this nigga out of nowhere. Nigga barely makes it out the third. I'm talking about barely, Paul. I'm talking about he probably went to if this was real life, he would have went to the corner of the third, like, I don't think I want to do this anymore. I'm not sure if I want to keep on fighting. And then Jit goes back into this motherfucker and knocks Jit down like 4 times. And the last one, Jit literally puts a step back, like jab, hook. I don't know what it was. He's literally, I'm about to step back and knock you out. Okay, you think this is a game. I'm going to step back, knock that nigga literally step back like he was James Harden, hit the nigga, dropped him, and Jit, there was no more after that. Like, it was insane. I was like, yo, this nigga Romeo's a problem.
I am. I'm gonna be on UFC 5 soon too. Like, but I'm just getting everything ready for Grand Theft Auto 6. You know what I'm saying? These are all trial runs.
Hey, I'm gonna get the Xbox. I'm gonna get the Xbox so I can hop on because that shit is crazy.
Go P. Hey, I got Fight Night Champions on Xbox.
I'm gonna get the one that.
Holla at me, Paul. I get you, Paul.
Yeah, we're gonna talk after this. But as always, appreciate everyone still watching. Like and subscribe. Comment your picks. We'd love to hear from y'all. And this has been another episode of Totally Blitz Podcast. Y'all didn't know? Now y'all know, motherfuckers.